I am not one of those who thinks that there is no dissatisfaction, there is no anger, akrosh in those who have left the Trinamool. I am also not one of those who thinks that the BJP alone is the reason for them to leave. But let me make a few points very crystal clear. Never before in the 75-80 years of Indian history has any party misused agencies. That includes past BJP governments and non-Congress governments to even 1/10 the extent which this government has done. Secondly, in the last 75-80 years of Indian political history, no party has misused, first of all aggregated and then misused as much monetary resources as this ruling party is. In fact, the published figures show that the resources with this party are more than 50, 100 times all the others put together. Number three, there is no doubt in my mind that there are categories of people. You cannot equate a Suvendu Adhikari with the others who have left. Suvendu Adhikari may have had serious differences, but he had the guts to leave the party years ago. He fought on the ground, he carried a campaign, he won the elections, he became a chief minister. That's a democratic way of doing it. You may not agree with him, but you cannot criticize him for this. There's a second category, a very small number, where people have left after 5th of May 2026, but they have at least had the moral courage to resign their seats, whether as an MLA or as an MP or even as a Rajya Sabha MP. At least they've resigned. So they have left the loaves and fishes of office on the basis of which their earlier party got them that benefit. So there is a second category which is different. The third category is the largest. They are not prepared to leave the loaves and fishes of office. They are not prepared to leave their greediness. They are not prepared to leave anything of the Trinamool which got them where they are. They are not prepared to reject the party or the symbol. So what kind of category is this? This is nothing but immoral, completely baseless, naked greed politics. Fourthly, there is this huge mithya prachar, a complete ridiculous conceptual distortion that anywhere in any legislature party, I'm not talking of only this case of Trinamool, the AP earlier and other parties earlier, Shiv Sena, if 2/3 so-called walk out and form a group, then the anti-defection law doesn't apply. This is the most ridiculously wrong interpretation and is based on complete ignorance or deliberate non-understanding of the existing law which has been decided by the Supreme Court. The 10th schedule relevant clause contains two conditions, and for the last several months and years, whenever it suits those who don't know the law, they only look at one condition, 2/3. There is a condition before that, and that condition is that first and foremost a political party, the word is political, not legislature party, the political party A must merge with or unite with political party B to form a new party or merge with another existing party. And condition B, cumulative, conjunctive, simultaneous, has to be that the legislature party of that political party, the words are different, 2/3 must also join. Now, every time we talk in AP or the Shiv Sena or now in the Trinamool, it is only the second condition being talked about. Where is the first condition? On the contrary, you just said that many of the MLAs are saying that we want to sit as a separate group. So there is no merger. Fifthly, I think that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. This has been decided in 3 clear pages. Please anybody pick up and read the Shiv Sena judgment of 2022. Chief Justice Chandrachud has written very clearly. There is no concept of a 2/3 simpliciter in the legislature party which will prevent the application of the Dal-Badal anti-defection law. They will be subject to disqualification. Point number 7, however, in this country, the process is the punishment. Everybody knows the law. The Supreme Court judgment has laid it down. But I, as a existing Trinamool under Mamata Banerjee, will file a complaint against you that you have left. That complaint will go to the Speaker of the Assembly. It will go to the Speaker Lok Sabha. Is it possible to contemplate that those speakers who belong to the ruling party will allow my complaint, will accept my complaint? They will reject. Those people will be recognized. I will go to court. Court will take 3-4 years. In the Shiv Sena case, it is not decided yet for 6 years or 5 years. By then the whole thing is over. So the process is the punishment. You don't need to go further. So lastly, I've been advocating for many years, without success of course, that you must repeal all this farce and this drama and this utter comedy of a 10th schedule. You must have a 2-line 10th schedule, a new one, which says anybody who is elected on symbol X and party Y and who does directly or indirectly any other anti-party activity and joins or supports any other party must resign the post he holds, be it MLA, MP, whatever, and refight the elections. It's a 4-line amendment. You don't require any of these histrionics, these drama-bazi. But I'm sure it will not suit a lot of people to have that law passed.
My last question, and foremost questions are, because you are saying that morally they don't have any right, but legally they have anything to cover like what the Kakoli ghost faction of MPs.
I have just told you the Kakoli faction so-called is saying that we will not merge, but we will sit separately. I have just told you that there are 2 conditions. A political party must merge with another political party, and cumulatively and conjunctively the legislature party must have 2/3 switching. On the contrary, they are directly subject to the anti-defection law, and the speaker can and should disqualify them in 5 minutes, because they are saying that we are not merging, we are sitting as a separate group. Where is this concept of separate group? There is nothing called a separate group. If you are a Trinamool separate group, 2/3 or no, you are not satisfying condition number 1 written in the 10th schedule, that a political party X must merge with Y or become Y, or Y must merge with X. So they are themselves saying it.
So my last question is to you, sir. So they, if they do this kind of thing, they do not obey the instructions of the Mamata Banerjee, who is the supremo of the Trinamool Congress. So and they support or they back the NDA on issue-based topics in Parliament. So it amounts to defection, and the disqualification of MP can be.
I have said it. I have said it 10 times. It should be done in 5 minutes, and I'm sure it won't be done. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.